Okay, I'm feeling a bit cold, so I kind of have to have this on my feet. I thought winter was done, but I guess it's not. Hello, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I just went from not having energy to like bass. Okay, let's do this again. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Kathy's Christian Chronicles. If you're just joining, just hit the subscribe and like for you not to miss the next video coming. Today I'll be talking about how I moved to Germany, like how and why. To begin with, I didn't have a choice. I wasn't given a choice as to, hey, this is what we're doing, and do you want to go or do you not want to go? No, I was just giving it as a command. You are going to Germany, that's it. Why? Well, there's a better life, there's a better life standards, you got to live and how to survive. It's a pathway for my future. It's to create a life that I would love to live, but it wasn't given like that. You know, I'm just sugarcoating so that it sounds nice. So after I wrote my A-level exams in 2018 and the results came out in 2019, and in 2019 the results came, and okay, so I did pass, but it was kind of not impressing to my family because I was always an A student, but so it's because I don't know, I always had passed my exams. Like when I was younger, I was a smart kid, but when I grew up, it kind of just faded away. I don't have an explanation to that. But anyway, so the result were not that impressing, but I did pass my A-levels. And my mom was like, with this result, you're not going to university, you're going to Germany. And I had a plan and I had a whole vision of what I wanted in life, and going to Germany was not the vision. That was not my plan. I did not plan to be here. But God, the God that we serve, the God that I pray to was like, girl, I got a future, a whole life plan written for you. So come on, stick to the plan. So I started with resisting, saying I don't want to go, saying that it'd be too stressful. I didn't have a passport, so can I use that as an excuse? But my mom, you could never convince my mom not to do something she wants to do, because if she says it's going to be done, it is going to be done. There is no discussion, no further excuses. You're going, that's it. So that's how it so that's how it started anyway. So in 2019, I was taught to start the German lessons, and I had to go to Zimbabwean German no, it's called Zimbabwean German Society. Yeah, so that's the school that I went for my German language. And I didn't get, like, you know, you just go to the reception, you say you want to go, and then they say, okay, there's a class now. It was a struggle. Actually had to go there for like 4 times till they gave me a place. So the first time they say they're full and I have to come another day, and then I went the other day and they said they are full already. I was too late, and I was like, wait, what do you mean I'm too late? You were the one who said I should come this day. And they're like, nah, you're too late. And then I was like, okay, and then they gave me another date to come, and then I went there and they say, no, the classes are full, can you come back the other day? So the 4th time I went there and they said, no, the classes are full, there's no place for you, can you come for the next time? And that would be in June. And we were around I don't think it was June, but I think it was around April or something. And I was like, no, I need to start now. Because me going to my mom or texting my mom again, like, hey mom, I didn't get a place for the 4th time, it didn't set well with me. And I cried. I literally cried on that reception. I was like, I need this lessons. I need to start German now. You need to take me in. Like, I cannot go back home and text my mom that I didn't get a place again. She will kill me. She wouldn't. But then again, I was like, I don't want to go through that where my mom is like, maybe I'm not giving enough effort to get the place. So the lady was like, oh my god, you're crying, let me ask around if we could squeeze you in. So this teacher who took me was like, I can take you as my extra student. And I was like, okay, extra. So I went, and then I started my lessons. Actually, I'm so grateful that that receptionist was so kind to me and that she made it work the last the last minute. So I really didn't have time. So I was registered on a Friday, and Monday I was already starting school. So I started my lessons. I think it was from a time from 2 to 3 months. That's how I did German, the first German A1. And after that, we had to go through because I came here with a culture exchange program which is called au pair. It's literally just being a nanny, but not paid as a nanny. Like you come to play with kids, and they call it culture exchange because the sense of it is we're exchanging cultures. I'm telling them about my culture, they're showing me their culture while I'm playing with their kids or taking care of their kids. That's the general meaning of it. But I don't think it's working like that anymore. I think that you kind of really have to work, like really do the actual work, clean the house, or yeah, I think it's just a fancy name for a maid, so to say. So I came here with the au pair, but I don't think it's like that all the times. I think people really have amazing stories to share during their au pair year. So yeah, it was actually a good opportunity. It was a good opportunity for me to come to Germany. So I took it like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And we were registered, the four of us. I met a couple of girls, and we registered ourselves to an agency, and the agency helped us. We had looked for families, and at some point I had a family, but I didn't have a passport, so actually was struggling to get a passport because those days the Zimbabwean passport processing was kind of like changing. They were revising the fees, they were revising the whole process altogether. It was supposed to be electronic, it was supposed to be paid with US dollars. So getting a passport was a hassle, and it actually drained me emotionally because when you're like in it, like I can see myself in Germany now, I need to go, but the only thing that can get you there, you don't have it. Like he's literally like, I want to build a house, but you don't even have a land, you don't even have anything, you're literally broke. So that was me, and I was like, oh my god, I need a passport. So the whole of 2019 was just me struggling to get a passport, and I wasn't doing anything. After I wrote my German A1, which I averagely passed, it wasn't like flying colors or something, it was I think you can just say average. Yeah, I could communicate, I could write, just like someone who has A1 can. And 2019 was just a whole struggling journey of me trying to get my passport, and at some point I got my passport in December. By that time I already had my family, I already found my family, and in December 2019 I got my passport, and in December 2019 I also got my appointment to the embassy. And yeah, and the embassy appointment was in March. So the embassy appointment was in March, where like it's an interview. So I was interviewed. Actually went there prepared. I've never been prepared for an interview more than I was for that interview, because I was like, if I fail, my mom my mom would definitely not be proud of me, and she would definitely have problems with me, because we had spent a lot of money. The language was expensive, the whole passport process was expensive, looking for a family was also expensive, so it was a lot of money at stake. So I really needed this interview to just give me the best of results and be done. So 2020 in March, I went there for my interview, and Corona was happening. Oh my days, Corona was happening, and I had like, I went for my interview on a Friday, and later that day, around 8 o'clock, for the 8 o'clock news, the German embassy announced that they were having lockdown. So starting on Monday they won't be working. And how the Germany embassy works is like, if you have failed the interview on a Monday, they will text you, or they will send you an email telling you that, hey, come collect your passport. You didn't get it, or you did get it, you need to wait, and something like that. So for me, watching the news, knowing very well that I was there in the morning, I was like, oh my god, so there's nothing coming on Monday. and we're going to be locked down, and the whole Zimbabwe was also declared lockdown, and Zimbabwe was in lockdown for like I think 5-6 months. So 2020, that was lockdown, and that was me getting depressed. That was me, just being like, the future looked bleak because embassy took my passport, right? So if anything comes in between, there was there's no chance for me to go anywhere anyway, because the embassy still had my passport, and they were not taking any more applications. They were not working at all. Like, you could go there and you could not get anything from them. So 2020, I was just sleeping and playing and waiting. So 2020 around, I think November, the Germany embassy started working again, and the lockdowns were getting easier and easier. Like, where they would say you can come, you can travel, you just have to have the not the vaccination, but you just have to test yourself, wear a mask, and all that. Those were the precautions, right? But you were able to travel around 2020 November. So and then the Germany sent an email to almost everyone who had applied around those times, and they were saying, if you still have the same family and the same contract, you can renew your application, and we will revisit it and see if we can give you a visa. So I texted my family then, and the family that was taking me in, and I was like, hey, the new laws now, this is this and this and this and that. And they were saying, okay, we can do that. And they sent me a renewed contract, and we went for and then I sent the renewed contract. I didn't need to go to the embassy, actually. I just had to send them an email of my contract and my health insurance and my health status. So I did that, and then they replied me the same day. I sent an email around 8, and they were replying me around 11. They were saying like, oh, we have your your visa application is now being processed. So during that time, I think it's December, everyone who was having the same situation as me, like, you were there, you're renewing, they were called for interviews again, and they were given appointments, and I didn't get any reply from the embassy, except the ones that says your visa is now being processed. And I was like thinking, oh, what is going on? And everyone I knew, almost everyone I knew, they were going for interviews, and some of them were actually flying to Germany because things were possible. So I then decided to, I told my mom, like, anything, whatever happens, I need to start doing something. And my mom was like, yeah, you can go try to A2 German language, but I don't have a lot of money you can find. So I studied German language. During that period of time, I was waiting for my visa, and then I started. I think I went there for like 2 weeks, and there was a Christmas holiday, so we didn't have to go. And then January came. Nothing came actually from embassy. So this December went by, January went by, and I still haven't heard anything from the embassy. And my heart is still like, what is going on? And at some point in the beginning of February, they sent me an email saying you need to. They put it on their website, actually, that everyone who have left their passport at the embassy, you need to come and collect it. But like, you just have to collect it. And I was like, okay. And then I made a rash decision. I didn't even think about this, and I just went and collected my passport. My mom was angry at me, like, why are you collecting the passport? They say they are processing your visa, you haven't heard from them yet, why would you do that? But I was stupid. I did it, and I got my passport. So end of February, or almost like the last week of February, I got a call. Like in Zimbabwe, we like have call, like there's landline call, like this, and then there's normal call. So this number was a landline. I was like, who is calling me with a landline call? And I was like, oh, okay, hi. And the lady was so nice, like, am I talking to Tafazwa? And it was like, yeah, that's me. And it's like, yeah, your visa just came out. And I was like, what? My visa just came? What? So I was like so excited, and I jumped all over the room, and I was screaming, and the lady still on the phone and she was like, hey, I know this is exciting news. You were waiting for a long time, but you need to listen to me. I have something to tell you. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Can I come now so that you can just tell me whatever you can? Because right now I'm not focused. And the lady was just laughing at me. And it was such, you know, like, I was so happy. I cannot even express the way I was happy. I was so happy. And the lady was like, yeah, so when you get to Germany, you need to register yourself. You need to get yourself a long-term visa, because we are only giving you one for 3 months. And I was like, okay, I get it. And then I texted my mom. My mom was at work. No, my mom was sleeping. My mom was sleeping, and because she works night shift. And I was like, Mom, you need to wake up because I just got my visa. But the fun part is my passport. I have it at home now. I have to go there, get the passport stamp and the visa on it, and then go. So this happened. So I got the call around 11 in the morning. At around 1, I was already at the embassy. 2, I was out. At 2, I was already having my corona test done. After that, I went to book my ticket. This was done all in one day. And the following day, I was getting my hair done. And I got my hair done and packed my things. I didn't even do much of shopping. And in 48 hours, I was on my way to the airport to fly to Germany. So everything just happened so fast, and at the end, you know, like how it took me so long to be there, and while I'm there, it's just like in a couple of hours, I'm already done. I'm already saying, okay, I need to get my hair done. I need to buy my Zoe and Ceravita, all that stuff that I would literally miss. And then I did that and I packed. So the family that I had, they were so nice, and they were like, please don't bring any clothes. We do shopping with you, or we give you clothes that we have here. And I didn't have to bring any clothes. I literally just traveled from Zimbabwe to Germany with 2 jeans and 2 t-shirts and 2 hoodies, the one that I was wearing and the one I was saying in case it doesn't happen, and 1 night dress. But I did have 4 pairs of shoes. I don't even know why I had a lot of shoes, and the rest of the bags were just filled in with food, actually, because I was like, I'm gonna miss my snacks. I'm gonna miss those things. Chomkins, so we're talking of Wheelers, Maputi, and all that. I packed my bag like that. So after having my visas stamped and everything really literally and honestly happened within 48 hours. I didn't even say goodbye to anyone. Only the people that I was staying where I was staying, like my cousins and my sister, they're the ones that I was able to like literally give a proper goodbye. Any other person, it was over the message, like, and I actually texted people when I was in Germany, because traveling to Germany, I was too excited, and I was talking to my mom the whole time on the phone, and I was actually too nervous that I might get lost. So I was also talking to the family that I was going to all the time on the phone. So I didn't text anyone until I was in Germany. And when I arrived in Germany, it was snowing. It was cold, and I had to go for quarantine for 10 days. I was not allowed to go anyway, so I was just stuck in a room for like 10 days. And the police actually came to check up on me if I was being isolated. And so the police came to ask me just a couple of questions, like, hey, are you staying indoors? Are you not interacting with people? Do you have any symptoms of corona? And I was like, I don't have any symptoms of corona, please. I'm just happy to be here. So we did all the protocols, and that's how I get to be in Germany. Anything that comes after me being up here, I'll definitely do another video, because that's a lot has happened in Germany, and for me to just like wow everything, and wow, that would be, I don't think I would be able to do that in this video. So I'll definitely do another video where I'll be telling you about the stages, what I did after this au pair program, where I was and who I was with, and where I am right now. But I just want to talk about what I learned generally from my journey from Zimbabwe to Germany. Is I learned patience above all, because it took me 2 years, 2 good years for me to be here. And I'm so proud of how I've worked so hard to even learn the language, to even be able to communicate as much as I can right now. I never thought I would be here, and I never thought I would be able to express myself in the German language, but here I am. But the whole process was draining, and I'm grateful that God gave me the patience that I needed, and not that I was like I was like patient with God. I wasn't. Actually, I had to go through this whole waiting period and be strengthened in that part of my life. As is a character building. You have to have patience. That's how God taught me patience. Actually, that's how I learned that if anything, it's if God says it's for me, it's going to be for me. Now, nothing in this world will ever stop me getting the things that God wants me to have. So that's how I learned it. Because I mean, if it took me 2 years just to be here, whatever I have or whatever I dream to have, even if it takes 5 years, I'm still gonna get there, because God has always been there for me, and has always been a faithful God, and this has taught me to be patient with me. The other thing that this whole thing taught me was enjoy the process. I don't want to lie, I didn't even enjoy 2019 or 2020. I was stressed the whole time, and I also have other life issues, like, breakups. I had, because I had friendship breakup, I have my relationship, I broke up with my boyfriend, I broke up with my wife, and I lost a lot of people. But I didn't even enjoy the process. I wasn't even in the moment. I didn't even have to actually enjoy going for German lessons, or enjoy having to meet a new family, talking to them through video calls. I didn't do that. I just had to do that because I had to do it, and I didn't enjoy it. But looking back, I'm like thinking, if I just had enjoyed the process while the waiting, this could be a different story, and I won't be looking at it as something that was stressful or draining, but I'll be like something that was teaching me and building me to be the person who I am today. And the other thing that I got from this whole journey is my relationship with God actually got better. It was strengthened. It went from a place of where I just pray to God when I need something, to a place of where I pray to God when I have everything, when I'm happy, and when I don't have anything. So I prayed to God so much in 2019, and I prayed to God so much in 2020. I prayed to God so much in 2021 when everything was going well. And even now, when everything seems to be okay, I'm still being able to just thank the Lord, to pray to Him and say, God, even if it doesn't hurt, even I don't have a dark place that I'm in, I'm still gonna pray to you. So my relationship with God really got stronger because of this process of me coming from Zimbabwe to Germany. And I also learned that God really do have a plan written for me. He has a whole life plan written for me, because even though I don't see it, there is an actual plan. So this is the whole story of how I came to be in Germany. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my story, and I hope I'll get to tell you another story next week. I will probably be talking about how God answered my prayer, and I'm so excited to talk about it, because God has been always telling me, like literally in my heart, hey, you need to talk about this. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, it's bye for now.